Hi guys, today we got something special. This is a Polish Tantal from 1990, and Tantal rifles are probably one of the least lucky rifles I have ever seen. Here's why, guys. When the Tantal was being developed, we were talking about mid 80s, and actually the Poland was done and ready to field that rifle at the moment when the socialistic paradise was falling apart. So guess what? This is the 5.45 by 39 cartridge rifle, and socialism is gone in Poland, and there is no more need for the 5.45 39 rifle. Why? Because Poland will be joining the NATO. So Poland produces a lot of these rifles. They are sitting at the surplus magazines, and nobody wants them because Poland is switching in the early 90s to the 5.56 by 45 NATO cartridge. That rifle later on served as a base for the development of the barrel rifle, but at that moment in the early 90s, there's absolutely no need for it. Poland doesn't want, the Polish army doesn't want these rifles. Nobody wants, have them in usage. So what happened to that rifle was a lot of these rifles were purchased from United States by Century Arms. They bring them to the United States, and here was a second strike against the Tantal. By some stupid mistake, these Tantals were fitted with incorrect barrels, and many of these Tantals basically are keyholing. So the Tantal had a bad reputation across the board in the AK community. Later on, the problem was fixed. They finally figured out that you have to use the 5.45 by 39 barrel on the Polish Tantal. But many of these rifles were made with the incorrect barrels, and in the community there's kind of stigma against these rifles. This one shoots beautifully. It works really nicely, and it's a very good and accurate rifle. So we were lucky to get the one which works correctly. So what we have on that rifle, the Tantal is a little bit different than your average 74 AKs. If you will pop the hood and remove the recoil spring, you will see right away that the side folding mechanism, it's so called the wire, and they're absolutely horrible. I hate those wire stocks. I don't know why they went with the design of that stock like this. It was primarily created for the crews of the armored vehicles, and it is what it is. Fortunately, basically you can remove that whole thing by unscrewing the pistol grip, and let me do that right away for you guys. If you will remove the pistol grip, just like this, that flat screw requires you a flat screwdriver. You're removing the pistol grip, then the nut falls out, and now you will be free to remove the wire stock basically by removing all the other screws on it, just like with regular AK with the trunnion. You may have some of the models of the Tantals that I have seen, they may have the pins, rolled pins stuck inside here, but and you have to basically punch them through. So you will take a punching tool, put it to the hole and punch them down so they will fall out. But that one is free from it, and this is that side folding mechanism, and it's gone. And now check this out, guys. This is basically your regular receiver for the AK74, and you can do any M4 stock adapters if you want to put it in, or use just the regular AK furniture, and it locks in just like a regular AK. So really no magic here, and this is a very cool setup. Another strange thing what we got on the Tantal is the bolt carrier is exactly the same with the bolt. There's nothing special here, but there is that selector switch. The Poland was a little bit ahead of the time, and they decided that it is the time to modify the selector switch. So they left the operation for the right finger on the right side, but then you can use the thumb and move that selector switch from the left side by using basically a thumb to move the switch. So that was a kind of novelty, and this example has a modified even further the selector switch, because Mr. Krebs added for me the tab for moving that selector switch. It's a very cool mod, so that works beautiful, and it's very awesome. Okay, but then we have to move forward and check it out on the front side. You will see right away that this locking mechanism for the handguard retention bracket is sticking out outside, not inside like with any other AKs. And this has become a signature piece for the Polish AK made rifles. Even Barrel has this almost the same locking mechanism. So basically now you have to just lower it down, and that front guard retainer is moving out. This is the top part, and you can pull out the bottom part. Of course, it always helps if you will remove the cleaning rod first. And that handguard is coming out. And because of the way how this front retainer handguard is made, there was a huge problem with modifying Tantals, and people couldn't use any common rails designed for the AK rifles. Fortunately, with the latest rails on the market, like Zenith rails or Alpha rails, or even a Krebs or Keymat rail, you can put it in that rail in place, lock it, and you can use it freely, and it will work. We tested this, we know that it works with those rails. The only thing what you're going to have, if you don't want to use that top cover, you may have a little bit gap between the trunnion and the basically the gap between the bracket over the tube if you are using something like this. But if that it's not affecting a performance of the rifle or anything like this. Another surprising factor which we have is Poland went with that crazy muzzle brake. It is a 74 style muzzle brake, but look at that size of that muzzle brake. And that was developed for the military, for their usage and their accessories. Unfortunately for the average guy like us, it provides the problem, because now you have this extended end piece of the barrel and the thread is at the very end, and it's hard to find the muzzle brakes designed like this. The workaround which I have found for it is I basically put the 14-1 to 24 millimeters adapter on it, and then I can use the brakes with 24 millimeters thread, because they're larger and they go over it, and this gives me the option to use different accessories on it. So at front, because that brake, you can get the better brakes basically. And that's pretty much how the Tantal is looking like. I'm not going to remove the safety lever, because this will take, I will have to remove roll pins and disassemble the whole thing. But basically that's how the Tantal is looking like, and it is a cool, nice rifle. As I said, because of the history of that rifle, it wasn't a very fortunate, and it got basically spanked in Poland and then in the United States. But if you can find a really good one, if you can test it and see if it's keyholing from that within 25 meters, then of course it's not a good rifle. But if you can find the one with a good barrel, they are extremely nice rifles, and you can make it from that rifle whatever you want to, because now you can fully accessorize it, put a different stock furniture on it, and you can have a very cool variant of the AK74. Alright, that's it guys. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. Thanks for watching.